To sample a muddy, sandy-bottom stream, your primary tool will be the D-frame dip net. Other equipment will include forceps, a hand lens, a large shallow white pan, an ice cube tray, a large cup, and a sieve bucket. We will be sampling 3 habitat types: vegetated margins, organic matter, and the sand or gravel of the stream bed. Only sample portions that are underwater. Using some force, scrape the front edge of the net against the vegetation to dislodge invertebrates into the net. Sometimes it is helpful and even necessary to grasp the vegetation and wash it into the net with your hands. This is especially true for masses of roots growing in the water, which is a particularly important habitat. Aim to sample about 1 square foot of material. This is repeated 7 times. For each of the 7 scoops, rinse water through the material in the net several times to wash out the mud, then dump the net into a pan half filled with water. If needed, rinse the net using a cup of water. Use forceps to pick invertebrates out of the pan and place them into the ice tray, putting 1 type into each section. Be patient and look carefully, keeping in mind that some may be very small or well camouflaged, or attached to pieces of plant material. Leaf packs are sampled by dipping or grabbing handfuls of them and putting them into the net. If they are caught up on sticks, include these as well. Loose leaves can simply be dipped up from the bottom. Larger sticks and logs are sampled by placing the net just downstream and rubbing the surface so that invertebrates are washed off into the net. Dislodge any loose bark into the net, as often there are organisms living beneath it. As before, if you have mud in the net, rinse water through it before dumping it into the pan. Invertebrates are then picked and added to the same tray as before. In some cases, it may be easier to simply lift a log out of the water and pick the invertebrates off of it directly. 4 scoops are taken from the organic matter habitats. Each time, attempt to sample about 1 square foot of material. The stream bed habitats are sampled by dragging the front edge of the net forwards through the stream bottom, allowing it to dig down about 1 inch. If you find an area with large gravel, sample it by holding the net on the bottom, facing upstream, while you stir up the area upstream with your feet or hands. When you have the material in your net, you may be able to wash the excess fine mud through the net using several rinses of stream water. Otherwise, you will need to dump it into a sieve bucket and rinse it there. Once the excess mud has been removed, the material can be transferred to the pan a little at a time, and the invertebrates picked out. Sample the stream bed wherever it is coarsest. Target holes, tubes, trails, or visible snails or clams. Collect 3 scoops from these habitats, each about 1 square foot. Identify your macroinvertebrates using the South Carolina Adopt a Stream Aquatic Macroinvertebrate Field Guide. Count them, and give your stream a water quality rating using the macroinvertebrate form.